Hi folks, back out in the Ochil Hills, and I'm out with Murray, or Scotland's Mountains as he's known, and the hill that I camped on last time is just over there behind me. A lovely little spot for a wild camp, but we're trying to find somewhere a bit different tonight. We're actually hoping to do a bit of Aurora chasing, but on top of that it's also Halloween, and this area is just full of stories of witches and warlocks and all that kind of thing. Yeah, so it's going to be an interesting night, I think, but hopefully the wind's going to die down and the clouds will clear, and then we might get some really amazing footage later on. I think this is going to be the spot for tonight. There's a little bit of a kind of hollow here, not waterlogged. There's Murray having a look for a spot as well for his tent. Check out the rainbow. Is that not amazing? Yeah, we're actually struggling to find a camp spot, but beautiful views north, and later on tonight the winds might die down, the clouds might clear for a few hours, we might get a chance of some aurora action in the sky, which would just be absolutely amazing. So yeah, let's get these tents up. The wind has died down slightly, but tomorrow morning there is a potential for some gales to kick off really early in the morning, so I'm getting all the guy lines on so I don't get a rude awakening first thing. But yes, beautiful views north, and you've just got these rainbows that keep appearing. Very nice. I think we'll get a coffee on the go and warm up. And again, I'm using my new 𝗶𝗶𝗀𝗏 1100 sleeping bag. I was actually curious as well if the wind had stayed on or picked up, to compare the two tents, Murray's Scarp 1 against my MSR Access 2 in the Gus. I'm actually going to switch over to my MSR Pocket Rocket 2 today, and the reason for that is I did get an adapter from my friend in America, Flat Cat Gear. I'll leave a link down below. He's made this adapter plate for the Pocket Rocket 2, and what you do is, instead of having your arms vertical like this, you actually put them horizontally. Yeah, you sit it so they are all horizontal, and then you put this on and rotate it, and it locks onto the fingers of the stove. This means that if you use a cup such as the Inferno Sterno with the fins on the bottom, it sits on top, nice and snug. And it also means that the burner head is actually higher up, and high up inside here, so it acts as a windshield. So I'm going to try that tonight, and I'll do a better, or a more in-depth review about this adapter plate, and also the one I've been using throughout the last year when I was doing my walks, the little miniature one he does as well. Now I do know, because of the tabs on this, it does work with other mugs, so you don't just need to get an Inferno Sterno. But yeah, I'll do another review on that later. But yeah, let's get it on. I am freezing. It's good to have a coffee, ideal for warming up your fingers. I hope it clears. We're really hoping for a clear night tonight.
Raised very nicely. Bought me a lovely cake.
Yes,
look at
I was just talking about this Scottish delicacy.
Looks
a
good.
Snowball.
Snowball, aye.
A snowball.
Bro, coffee. It's not warm, is it?
It's not. It's freezing cold.
Absolutely Baltic. Nice sky over there, though. It's nice.
Yeah, it's nice and pink. I was just saying that. It's just the dark clouds now and again are a bit ominous, to say the least.
Out west, it looks like it might come in. A bit of rain.
Yeah.
But
So yeah, we'll just have these coffees warm up, get fed and watered. Yeah, we'll see what happens. was just checking my mobile phone there, but I have lost one of the lenses for my reading glasses I bring with me when I'm doing the wild camping. I need to get a new set. Don't know where I lost the lens, but anyway, it's really cold. That's the downside to trying to do any photography on the hillside or that, especially the astrophotography late at night. I find my feet suffer the most. They're absolutely frozen right now. And yeah, everything else is toasty. I've got my down jacket on and I'm layered up. Yeah, feet are really cold though. So we're just having a coffees and just waiting, see what happens. At least the wind now has kind of died down a bit. It's not as severe as it was. So hopefully it'll clear later, as I've been saying right through this film so far. Now, with it being Halloween as well, there is a lot of stories of witches in these hills, practising witches in the past. There's actually a hill, believe it or not, called Downhill on the way in here, and there's actually an old Iron Age fort that used to be on the summit, but it was meant to have been a place for witches. They used to go there a lot to do whatever witches do on the summit, so hopefully they'll stay well away from us. Just over for a chat with 𝗏𝗏𝗧.
I'm nice and comfortable, don't you? Don't look too...
If you can see him in there.
I don't have a mat like you do. I need to get a mat to sit on, that's my problem. Yeah.
Wow.
Has it stopped raining yet?
It has. It's actually, yeah, some blue sky. There's still some very dark clouds coming in.
Any stars yet?
No, not yet.
They'll come. Let's hope this blue sky turns to a green sky, eh?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So what's the event? It's one that may be one of the biggest Aurora events.
Maybe asking the wrong person. So there was a solar flare from the sun.
Right.
And I think it happened on Thursday, and it takes a few days for it to hit the earth.
Yeah.
And that can sometimes produce great aurora. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. So I think the chances of us getting it is higher than normal tonight, providing we get clear skies. But I don't know. I don't want to kind of say too much, because we could get clear skies and see absolutely nothing.
I'm just checking my app on my phone for the Aurora Hunters UK, just to see if anybody has spotted anything yet, if the Aurora has reached this far down south towards us into the UK. It's meant to be one of the biggest showings of an Aurora in a long time, if we can actually see anything, but the problem we've got is the cloud. Now, we were out there for about an hour and just having a blether, and you could actually see the Milky Way going over the top of the tents, which was quite impressive. And we've seen a few shooting stars as well, and it was looking promising. And then all of a sudden we've had this bank of cloud come across and the rain's back on. So hopefully in the next hour or two that might pass. I'm not optimistic now though, but you never know. Fingers crossed, and we'll see what happens in the next hour or two, because it's nearly 9:30. We'll keep an eye out, see what happens. Well, that's it. We managed to get a couple of photographs of the Aurora. There was an alert on our mobile phones, and people up in Aberdeen were starting to see it. And yeah, we got the cameras set up, and luckily enough managed to get a few shots. Nothing spectacular. The downside was there was a bit of a band of cloud coming across, kind of blocked it a bit. But still nice, and it's been great to get a wild camp with 𝗏𝗏𝗧 again. Yeah, just spend some time, try to do some of the photography. I've not done much photography at all over the last year or two, so it's been nice to get out and practice with the camera again. So that's it. I'm getting warmed up into the sleeping bag. My feet are frozen, just try and get them warmed up. And that's us until tomorrow morning, and we see what happens with the weather, and hopefully it's not going to be raining or blowing a hoolie. Good morning folks, that is the wind arriving right on cue. There was gales forecast and heavy rain to come across Scotland this morning from early doors, and the wind actually woke me up before my alarm. I had my alarm set for 6 o'clock and the wind buffeting the tent woke me up.